Welcome back to the channel, Curious Bike with Alan. Right, this channel is all about sharing on maintenance, modification, and cycling tips. Right, so today you can see as I hold a wheel here. So today's episode is all talking about how you probably can clean or service your own wheel hub if you want to. Okay, you can DIY yourself. So just want to share to you guys, probably out of your curiosity, you want to know how and what inside look like and how it works, right? Because some people ask about, how come my wheel, the hub sound is soft, why my one is so loud, things like that. Okay, along the way, in this video, I'll share with you the fundamental or the theory, all about it. But right, in the market, there are a lot of hubs. So today I'm talking about Light Pro Plus. Okay, the typical traditional Light Pro Plus wheel hub. Check it out. Okay, so folks, just want to share with you some of the tools I need to clean or service the hub that I shared. All right, so for me, I have an air gun blower, some container, and this container is actually, a recycle thing that I found it quite useful. Okay, spanner. Okay, you need a 17 size one. This 17 size is to cater for the more or less the more general Light Pro hub they're going to show, right? But these days, Light Pro hub, they also have the push caps. It's easier. So what I'm trying to show is the more traditional one. Okay, grease, and then this is a tool. It's actually a micro screwdriver, but I always use this to open up bearing seals and some other things which I find easy. Then of course, this is the cleaner I find useful because it can jet the cleaner with some power, rapid cleaner, right? It's used to clean bearing and kitchen towel and degreaser. So today I have a pair of Light Pro Plus wheel hub to share with you. This is all thanks to a contribution of one of the community folks that decided to donate their wheels to me. Okay, so basically I removed the spokes and everything and lift the hub just to make this video demonstration, okay, on how we clean or service the hub. Okay, this is a manner or this is a method that if your wheel is on, you are able to do it one. Okay, so I'll show you more in depth. Okay, so talking about more importantly, the real hub. Okay, right, these days hub cap, this is the hub cap, right? There are a lot you can push out. It's easy. So I'm trying to show you is a typical when I got my bike back then, it's also the same hub, right? The 17 size spanner is for you to grab it here. Okay, to clockwise is to tighten, anti-clockwise to loosen. But here's the trick, right? Because this whole axle, it comes with two caps. In order to open one side, okay, basically you need to tighten this. You need to tighten here, and then from here, right, you hold it on the left and you release on the right. So sometimes you do this, right, instead of this one is being loosened, this is loosened. Okay, so in order to open this one need to be tightened, right, and in order so that you can loosen over here. This is a little bit tricky lah. Usually because this cap should not be super tight, but sometimes you need to be super tight. Okay, so for the demonstration, right, I have actually opened up these two cap already. So basically just to show you that this is the thing you need. But if your hub is the push cap, it's going to be very, very easy. Okay, now just to share with you, right? Assuming you have opened up. Okay, so this is a brake rotor, right? Okay, so as you can see here, this is the cap. What you can do, you can put aside. This is one of the suit bearing, and then you need to open this. Okay, then for this piece, we call it the Freehub. You can just pull out. Okay, so pull out is what you see. Okay, this hub have not been cleaned up before, so that's one of the reason I'm sharing with you. Okay, so this is a teeth. You can see that make the sound. So I put it in. You see? So when you spin it high, whether is it loud or not, it is about this sound where the paw engage. Okay, so in the hub, there are 6 paw, 4 paw, 3 paw, but most of the light polo hub is 6 paw. Okay, and then here. Okay, so over here there is a cap, so-called a ring. You need to take it out, right? So as you can see, it's kind of dirty. So what I usually do, I have my degreaser. I stand by my kitchen towel as always. Then I do spray some degreaser there. Just clean it off. Okay. So and clean the axle. Okay, roughly you clean out a little bit. You have the air gun. The So over here, as you can see, two sides of the bearing, you are able to see them. What you can do, you can open up. Okay, same thing over here. You can open up. So this is a steel bearing, right? As you can see, it's supposed to roll like that. So what I do is, you have this rapid cleaner. Okay, I will clean it. And this one, right, I'll pour it here first. Okay, same thing applies over here. And then you will realize, right, you can spin faster than before. But this is not correct lah. Okay, I mean, some people see this, they'll probably say, hey, probably I want to keep it like that. Okay, when this thing happen, ghost pedaling will happen. Okay, ghost pedaling is, you know, when you spin your wheel and then you realize your crank arm will move at the same time as well. So what is good and bad about that? People thought it's very smooth, but not it's smooth lah, but there are potential risks. Okay, so just an easy cleanup. See this, huh? Right. So this is smooth, right? Okay. So after you take it out, you need to air gun, blow out the excessive. Okay, coming to the Freehub, as you can see right now is a lot of grease there. Okay, so what I do is I'll spray degreaser. I'm going to roughly wipe off the existing grease first, because I think this grease is overloaded. Okay, so I know some people ask me, how come some hub are louder, some hub are softer? So when you have a hub that is heavily greased, the sound that is rubbing out, it's gonna be lower. Oh, so I'll share you, because you see, if there's a lot of grease, so when you contact with the ratchet, right? So the rubbing sound will gonna be gentle, but if there's less grease, the rubbing sound or with the ratchet will be louder. You know what I mean? So anyway, how I take this out is use this tool. Right, there is always two things. One is a pawl, one is a spring. So you gotta be very careful. Right, see the spring? Right, just put it here. Right. So there's a pawl. So we're gonna do this. So total over here, all these remove, and then right, what you can do. So after you take out, you can see all the pawl and the spring is here. This is the Freehub. Okay, so what I do, easy degreaser. Well, you need cotton bud just to do some manual cleanup. Just to remove those excessive grease. So this Freehub body, right, there is one bearing here, there's also another bearing here. Okay, in between is a ring that hold this thing, these two things apart. Okay, so today I'm not going to show you how I'm going to remove this, but just to show you something that generally everybody can do. If you can access to the bearing, of course, feel free to open up. Right, and as usual, I'll use my rapid cleaner to clean up. As you can see, this color of the counterpart. I think some of the bearing rust. Why bearing will rust? Sometimes it's because of rain. Sometimes it's because it reject water. You know, because these are steel bearing. You corrode or you will rust lah. So how frequent we need to do that? Actually, yes, some rusty. Because when I rotate this, I can feel the bearing is not going smoothly. Right, but nonetheless, as you can see, the water is a little bit brown in color. Right, so if I pour it out, you guys can see the color is a little bit brown. So it doesn't matter. You see, it's only when the bearing, the chances of it being rust when you clean, then you're able to see. Here on, I've so-called do my best to clean up the Freehub, and these are the pawl and that ring. Okay, so what this is good about this rapid cleaner is I'll use, right, and then I'll let it soak while you can use your hand to so-called wash them. As you can see, the water, but you to see, right, they really wash it quite fast. So what usually I do, I'll take it out one by one. Be careful on the spring and just wipe it. Okay, once you wipe it, you can see, oops, it's going to be quite clean. Clean up lah. Okay, so to clean up the spring, usually I use a cotton bud. There's a spring here, right? I gotta do this. Just be very gentle. Okay, clean it up. As you can see. So you're gonna do, if there's 6 pawl, you're just gonna repeat it. Okay, as you can see, I have cleaned up all the pawl on the spring and the ring as well. Okay, you don't need to be well polished. Just make sure that everything is clean off. Right, that will do. So now, I'm gonna share with you this so-called Freehub body is clean already. Okay, so how we're gonna fix back the pawl? Okay, so usually what you're gonna do is you put in the pawl first. You can see there's a shape, there's a flat part, and there's a bent part, right? So it's always on the left. Slot it in. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna do this. Okay, so as you can see, all the pawls are in. Okay, so you see, if without the spring, right, there won't be engagement, right? So see, you cannot move and there's no sound because the pawl is not popping out. So the spring is an important thing that help to push out the pawl whenever. Okay, so you can see So this is what I'm gonna do one by one. You gotta put it in. Right? This way. Push it in. So, you know, whenever you roll, when you release, then it will pop up. Okay, so let me fix this first. So on the other thing, while I fix this, you know, some people may face what they call you lost engagement of the hub. Losing engagement of the hub, there are a few reasons. One, maybe your spring broke, or maybe one of them or two of them. All right. Two, when you over grease. Okay, when you over grease, that means when this thing come in, the grease is if it's a thick grease, then it will get stuck. So it will not react as fast as when there's without grease, right? This is like any moment. So when it's stuck, you cannot engage the ratchet. You know what I mean? So let me finish off. Okay, so 6 pawl is done. So as you can see, all the spring are working. Okay, so this is the theory, right? Now with this, right? So if this is being placed back, this is without grease, huh? You see, now is it louder than before? Yeah, because there's no grease. So will your hub have louder sound? It will. Okay. So over here, this is done. Okay. So what I do, how I grease usually, I'll grease this part thinly. So what you can do is, if you want, you can put this. Okay, so this grease is not those thick grease. Okay, this grease. Right. So you can go through like that, just to make sure that you have some on it. At the same time, if you want some of them, they put it here. You can squeeze some. Okay, just a bit, just to make sure that it don't stick, but it also do not have some grease to do some wonder, wonder in a way that it's smooth lah. Okay, so you do not need a lot of grease if you want it loud. Okay, so to me, this is good. Okay. So for the hub, after you use the rapid cleaner, you need to dry up, blow out, okay, the excessive cleaner. Okay, because those are just cleaner. Okay, from here, then I will apply grease. Okay, you see this one you can't reach, right? So what I do is I squeeze, and I use my hand. So you can apply some of it onto the axle. Okay, so over here, one good thing about grease is also it try to help to prevent bearing to get rust, right? If water contact. Okay. So this side, let's put back the seal. Okay. Over here, same thing. We got to put back the seal. Okay, so this part over here is the same thing. For me personally, I will squeeze some grease. Just not a lot. So what you're gonna do, you can use your hand. Just put a thin layer. Just rub it across. Okay. So to fix this back, so you can see this is cleaned up already, and I put back the seal. The Freehub is okay already. Okay. So this ring need to go back. After you grease the axle, right? You need to go back. Then what you can do, just the hub, push it back straight. Okay. So so this is how you can clean your hub. Okay, so the key is always to clean up, right? So and to grease the bearing, to clean or to grease the bearing, because end of the day, this thing is a moving object and the axle doesn't move. So the bearing need to be good to enjoy smooth rotation of the wheel. Okay, so when hub is back, basically when you pedal, right? When you pedal, then when you pedal, then you free hub, right? That's where it provides the sound. You see now the sound is louder than earlier because I've removed a lot of excessive grease. So next moment, right? You just need to put the hub cap back. So actually you need to hold in order to turn off. Okay. Oops. So this is technically done. So same thing for the front, right? If you have opened up, the front is always the easier part of, right? Nothing much. It is just the axle and the bearing on it. So same thing. You're gonna repeat. Everything. So once you have done, okay, just put it back. Put it back and screw back the cap. Okay, so the front hub is just to rotate. So all in all, technically the hub is done. So folks, hope you have enjoyed the earlier demonstration on how you can access or service or clean your hub on your own if you are keen. And of course, as always mentioned, things are much easier if you have the right tools with you. So all the while, I have, you know, out of my curiosity, I've bought all kind of tools that's required to fix or to service my own bike. Okay, so just want to share a little bit more detail or in-depth stuff, right? So because this hub that you see is the typical Light Pro Plus, where you need 217 and size at a spanner to open, right? So in the modern time, a lot of hub structure have changed. They have a lot of those push out caps, which is easy. Okay, so other than Light Pro, the other brand, of course, quite well known also, Silver Rock. They also push out caps, and it's technically easy lah for anyone who like to access the hub. Okay, and of course, very common one, you will see that a lot of people when they get or buy carbon wheels, DT Swiss is one of the popular brand, right? That everybody know. Okay, not doing any marketing, but this is a fact where a lot of them will get the DT Swiss. Of course, then some people like me in the past when I buy wheels, the key concern for me is actually the color. The color, does it match my bike? Okay, so of course, brand like Light Pro or Silver Rock or some other brand, they come with a lot of fancy color, right? But if you look, as I always mention, if you look at those more solid brand, example DT Swiss, they are usually black in color and some differentiation, right? In telling what hub is this. So is it a 350, 240 or the DT180? So reason is because material used need to be light, and then DT is always easy to access, right? Access the free hub over here. So this is what people like about lah. Of course, there are also very expensive wheel hub like Chris King, a lot of fancy color, but the price is also quite fancy. Okay, so if you are getting the wheel, right? If you are getting the wheel, some things I like to share, uh, especially when folks are getting carbon wheels, right? So hub is the one of the important thing. Think of a way is when you need to access it, is it easy or not, or is it difficult? Do you have the tools to do it? That's one. Okay, because buying a new thing to use it now is very easy. We do not look at it unless you tell me after anything happen, you can just throw it away. But usually that's not what we do. Okay, so hub is important. Personally, I think the spokes are important. Okay, for my own bike, I'm using Sapin spokes. There are many spokes out there, but Sapin spoke is one of the best you can find in the market, right? Because it's solid enough. It's very important that it support, right? And if you're buying carbon wheel, this rim or this wheel you call here, is pretty standard. It's pretty standard. Okay. So why sometimes two of the same thing will have various, some price apart? Because the hub probably is the same price. The carbon rim can be the same price, but the spokes, right? Although it look black, different quality have different price. A spoke can be as cheap as $1, and there's a nipple or the nut tightener here. Let's assuming is spokes $1. This is 50 cents, but good one, the spokes, it can be a few dollars, one, and the nipple or the nut itself is probably 150 to $2. So that is where the price difference is. It's just like if you ever seen other bikes, road bikes or whatever, if they have carbon spokes here, that wheel, although it's the same hub, same rim, spoke is different, it command a different price. This is just for general knowledge lah. Okay, because sometimes when you buy things, it's not just about cheap, but you gotta understand what you are getting it, and it determine or it boils down to whether you are willing to pay for it. Okay, so hopefully today's episode value add you in some way out of curiosity or for you to DIY yourself. And if, of course, if you find this channel is or this video or this episode is useful, uh, do share with other riders as well for their curiosity, and probably they can even subscribe to the channel, right? If they like to do so. Okay, so till the next episode, it's bye for now.